I love yummy cakes. I'm in the process of teaching myself how to play Panic That Green Gentleman on the guitar. I have my own credit card. Cha-ching! I don't know how to play poker, but I'm great at spit. Want to play? I keep all my concert tickets in this friend's box. I don't know why. I used to be such a heavy sleepwalker that my parents would have to lock all the doors at night lest I walk outside in my neighborhood in the dark alone. I've beaten Pokemon Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal version multiple times on my Game Boy Color. Pokeball, go! I've learned 2 years of both Portuguese and Italian, but I've forgotten basically both of them. But I remember French, which is what I've been taking for the last 5 years. I've seen Paris from the top of the Eiffel Tower. When I was really young, I was in the car with my parents and their friends, and I had the sudden urge to ride on the underbelly of the car so I could watch the highway whisking away beneath me. So I opened the door, and half my body was dangling out of the car before my mom noticed, jerked me back inside with a look of horror upon her face. On a scale of greenness, I'm this green. Snaps for the environment. I rarely ever study, much to the dismay of my parents. My favorite ice cream flavors are cherry, vanilla, and cookies and cream. I was a vegan for 2 months over the summer. Sometimes I still have trouble distinguishing between my right and my left, so I look down at my hands, and whichever one has a scar on its middle finger is my left. I still sleep with stuffed animals, and this one's one of my favorites. I call him Matt. I used to ski, but now I only snowboard. I've never been able to say the alphabet backwards. In fact, I can't even say what letter comes before which without saying the alphabet up till that letter. I rode my first training wheelless bike at 3, and I first learned how to rollerblade at 5. I used to live in a suburb of Boston, Massachusetts. Go Red Sox. I rolled many snowballs that came up to my chin. I once convinced a boy to rip up his textbook by telling him that the teacher told him to do so. And then he cried when he got in trouble. I've looked out of the crown of the Statue of Liberty. I finally gave into conformity last week and bought this flat iron. Once in the middle of the night, my mom tried to wake me up, and in my sleep-induced state, I started yelling at her in French and Italian. Over the summer, I eat about 40 watermelons. I rarely ever put on sunscreen. I have over 1,000 Pokemon cards, and my brother's in a Pokemon league. These are his badges. Now I have to go put them back before he realizes I took them. My favorite color is blue. If you couldn't tell. I've waited in a 3.5-hour line to ride Six Flags Superman, only for it to break down right before it was my turn. I love putting out fires like this. It's just so much fun. At one point, I had read half of all the books in my library's young adult section. I have battle scars from my last job, aka burns from the popcorn kettle. Basically all the little white spots. My cell phone ringtone is When You Look Me in the Eyes by the Jonas Brothers. I've made a lot of ceramic pieces at school, even though technically I've never been registered in that class. In the first grade, this boy brought in these tablets that my friends and I put in water and drank, convinced that they were tablets that made water into fruit juice. But really, they were just tablets of Easter egg dye. I cut my own hair. I've only gotten my hair professionally cut twice in my entire life. The most recent being 2 years ago. I actually like the picture on my driver's license. I've been to the Forbidden City and climbed the Great Wall of China. When I was younger, I would beg my parents to buy me these expensive Lego sets, which I would finish in an hour and probably forget about them as they sat atop my mom's closet shelf untouched for years. I've been all over Europe, but I want to go again. I've been able to control the direction of my dreams. For our final project in psychology, my friends and I had to bake cookies, brownies, and cupcakes. I'm a photographer. I've only ever been to one concert because I wanted Panic at the Disco to be my first. I visit China every 2 years. I have random bursts of deja vu, the most memorable being the sight of an orange maple leaf drifting towards the ground on a crisp autumn day. I used to be a performer in an opera company,